Hey everybody, welcome to your channel CABA Infoventory. This is Brajesh here. My dear friends, due to COVID-19, recently everybody was under financial stress. Businesses and industry were closed. Lakhs of people lost their jobs. This resulted into default in payment of loans by various borrowers due to cash flow constraints. RBI came out with moratorium on payment of loan. However, banks keep on charging interest on outstanding loan amount, which further stress the borrowers. Various borrowers approached the Honorable Supreme Court questioning the levy of interest on loans during 6 months repayment moratorium, which ended on 31st August this year. Keep watching this video till end to take the full benefit on this issue. On 3rd September 2020, the Supreme Court, while hearing a writ petition in the case of Gajendra Sharma versus Union of India in writ petition number 825/2020, which granted relief to individual and commercial borrowers, asking the banks not to declare NPA any loan accounts which were not declared NPA till 31st August 2020 till the case is disposed of. The bench of Justice Ashok Bhushan, Justice R.S. Reddy and Justice M.R. Shah, while hearing the bunch of pleas questioning the levying of interest on loans during the 6-month repayment freeze that ended on August 31st. The court passed an interim order restraining banks from declaring loans as NPAs to protect borrowers who are facing difficulties in arranging funds for loan repayment. While adjourning the case for a week, the court granted protection to petitioners to the extent of not being declared as NPA till the case is disposed of. The case will now be heard on 10th September. The court also stated that it was of the primary view that certain directives have to be come from RBI. Solicitor General Tushar Mehta apprised the bench of the reasons for keeping the interest accrued on term loans alive. He said that it was done in order to protect the banking sector, which was the backbone of the economy. Tushar Mehta highlighted that the methodology adopted was for reduction of immediate pressure of payments of installments, resurrect all sectors and restructure stressed assets. At this juncture, Justice Bhushan stated that all measures were on record already by RBI. However, Union of India had not taken any measure under Disaster Management Act. Justice Bhushan stated that we will not examine under Article 32 of the Constitution whether measures were suitable. Question is, did the Union of India operated within the legal framework of the Disaster Management Act? Solicitor General said that the DMA stipulated that the government may do it. So far, the NDMA deems it appropriate for the RBI to play a supervisory role. The Solicitor General there said that all banks were fully empowered to resolve the COVID-19 related stresses and customize concessions for borrowers with respect of altering rate of interest as well as tenure of loan with or without moratorium for 2 years and even for waiving penal charges. Modalities and intricacies will have to be dealt with by the banks. Sector-wise expert committee does not come in way of individual borrowers, he said. Further to this, the Solicitor General said that an expert committee shall be coming up with the sector-specific guidelines on September 6th. While elaborating on the COVID-19 scheme introduced by RBI, White Circular of 6 August, Solicitor General said that the scheme shall only apply to those who have been affected due to COVID-19. The persons who was in default in 2019 can reach out for further schemes, but they would not be able to avail the COVID-19 related schemes. They may go to other schemes. Bench also asked him as to what mitigating schemes were being put in for those people who may not have defaulted on February 1st, but their situation worsened due to COVID-19. The Indian Bankers Association offered a 2-month moratorium on declaring a non-service loan account as NPA, in view of which the accounts which were not declared NPA till August 31st shall not be declared NPA till further orders, top court mentioned. The principle of NPA, where banks can declare a loan NPA, is that the principal or interest component is not serviced by borrower for 90 days. Once a loan is declared NPA, banks can resort to recovery processes, including selling mortgage property. However, the creditors have argued that in this ongoing pandemic, they have earned virtually nothing from their businesses during the last 6 months of lockdown, and yet were burdened with interest as well as interest accrued on the deferred installments. Borrowers are concerned about the fact that once the moratorium period ends, they would be in hardship with all the deferred installments along with compound interest, making it difficult to pay, and banks could declare their loans as NPAs. Senior advocate Kapil Sibal, representing several sectors including the Confederation of Real Estate Developers Association of India, narrated their distress during the lockdown period, said the attempt of both the center and RBI appeared to be solely to protect the interests of banks and lending institutions. Sibal stated that the economic downturn had seriously impeded activities of the real estate sector, and CRDI's 1400 members as well as 270 ancillary industries dependent on the real estate sector were badly affected. Center, RBI and IBA had failed to come out with any relief package so far for the real estate sector, Sibal said, and supported the demand of other petitioners for waiver of interest as well as interest on repayment of loan installments during the moratorium period. Advocate Harish Salve, appearing for IBA, which has 247 banks as its members, including SBI, promised the court that no loan account would be categorized as NPA for the next 2 months, that is till October 31st, whether or not the repayment default exceeded the 90 days deadline. Solicitor General Tushar Mehta, who appeared on behalf of the center and the RBI, said that the banking regulator, in consultation with experts, has decided that the residual tenure of loans could be extended by up to 2 years with or without including the 6-month moratorium period from March 1st till August 31st. Mehta mentioned several financial packages announced by the union government for different industrial sectors to help revive the economy. Further, Tushar Mehta informed the court of the incapacitating effect of waiver of interest on the banking industry, which is already suffering loss of more than rupees 3,571.41 crore, and this will majorly impact interest on deposits in 194 crore accounts. To this, senior advocate Harish Salve replied that the person who was in default in 2019 can reach out for other schemes, but they would not be able to avail the COVID-19 related schemes that may go to other schemes. You may be in 2019 defaulter, a relief which you may avail separately. The bench was hearing a plea filed by an Agra resident Gajendra Sharma, who has sought a direction to declare the portion of the RBI's March 27th notification as ultra vires to the extent it charges interest on the loan amount during the moratorium period, which create hardships to the petitioner being borrower and creates hindrance and obstruction in the right to life guaranteed by Article 21 of the Constitution of India. Earlier, the Supreme Court said that there was no merit in charging interest on interest for deferred loan payment installments during the moratorium period announced in the wake of COVID-19 pandemic, and that once moratorium is fixed, it should serve the desired purpose and the government should consider interfering in the matter as it could not leave everything to banks. The petitioner has sought a direction to the government and to the RBI to provide relief in repayment of loan by not charging interest during moratorium period. On 4 June, the Supreme Court had sought the Finance Ministry's reply on waiver of interest on loans during the moratorium period after the RBI said that it would not be prudent to go for a forced waiver of interest, risking financial viability of banks. The apex court had said that there were two aspects under consideration in this matter: no interest payment on loans during the moratorium period and no interest to be charged on interest. It observed that these are challenging times and it is a serious issue, as on the one hand moratorium is granted and on the other hand interest is charged on loans. On 26 May, the top court asked the center and RBI to respond to the plea challenging levy of interest on loans during the moratorium period. The RBI, in its reply, told the court that it is taking all possible measures to provide relief with regard to the debt repayment on account of the fallout of COVID-19, but it does not consider it prudent to go for a forced waiver of interest, risking the financial viability of banks. The RBI said that March 27 circular announcing moratorium was later modified on April 17 and May 23rd, by which the moratorium period was extended by another 3 months, that is from June 1st to August 31st, 2020, on repayment of all installments in respect of term loans, including agriculture term loans, retail and crop loans. Regulatory dispensation permitted by RBI by the aforesaid circulars dated March 27, 2020, which subsequently stood modified on April 17, 2020 and May 23, 2020 were with the objective of mitigating the burden of debt servicing brought about by disruptions on account of COVID-19 pandemic and to ensure the continuity of viable businesses. RBI said that the regulatory package is in its essence in the nature of moratorium or deferment and cannot be construed to be a waiver. The RBI said in its order that to ameliorate difficulties faced by borrowers in repaying accumulated interest for the moratorium period, on May 23rd it has announced that in respect of working capital facilities, lending institutions may at their discretion convert the accumulated interest for the deferment period up to 31st August 2020 into funded interest term loan, that is FITL, which shall be payable not later than March 31st, 2021. Therefore, no loan account shall be declared NPA till further order of the Supreme Court. This is a major relief granted by Honorable Supreme Court to the borrowers who are badly hit by the COVID-19 and resultant lockdown. The next date of hearing is fixed on 10th September 2020 at the Honorable Supreme Court. Keep watching this channel for more interesting videos shortly. Stay safe and healthy. Bye-bye.